Welcome to my channel, My Teacher. In this video, I am going to explain the book back answers of Unit 12 Plant Anatomy and Plant Physiology in 10th Biology. Choose the correct answer. First question, Casparian strips are present in the dash of root. Options A. Cortex, B. Pith, C. Pericycle, D. Endodermis. Answer is D. Endodermis. Second question, the endarch condition is the characteristic feature of dash. Options A. Root, B. Stem, C. Leaves, D. Flower. Answer B. Stem. Third question, the xylem and phloem arranged side by side on same radius is called dash. Options A. Radial, B. Amphivasal, C. Conjoint, D. None of this. Answer is C. Conjoint. Fourth question, which is formed during anaerobic respiration? A. Carbohydrate, B. Ethyl alcohol, C. Acetyl coenzyme A, D. Pyruvate. Answer is option B. Ethyl alcohol. Fifth question, Krebs cycle take place in dash. A. Chloroplast, B. Mitochondrial matrix, C. Stomata, D. Inner mitochondrial membrane. Answer is option B. Mitochondrial matrix. Sixth question, oxygen is produced at what point during photosynthesis? Options A. When ATP is converted to ADP, B. When CO2 is fixed, C. When H2O is splitted, D. All of this. Answer is option C. When H2O is splitted, that is water splitting. Now see the fill in the blanks. First one, cortex lies between dash. Answer epidermal and vascular tissues. Second one, xylem and phloem occurring on the same radius constitute a vascular bundle called dash. Answer conjoint. Third one, glycolysis take place in dash. Answer cytoplasm. Fourth one, the source of oxygen liberated in photosynthesis is dash. Answer water. Fifth one, dash is ATP factory of the cells. Answer mitochondria. Third one, state whether the statements are true or false. Correct the false statement. If the statement is true, you have to just write true. If there is mistake or the statement is false, you have to write the correct statement also. First one, phloem tissue is involved in the transport of water in plant. Answer false. How can we correct the statement? Phloem tissue is involved in the transport of food in the plant. Second question, the waxy protective covering of a plant is called as cuticle. The statement is true. Third one, in monocot stem, cambium is present in between xylem and phloem. Statement is false. Correct statement. In dicot stem, cambium is present in between xylem and phloem. Fourth question, palisade parenchyma cells occur below upper epidermis in dicot root. Answer, false. Correct statement is palisade parenchyma cells occur below upper epidermis in dicot leaf. Fifth question, mesophyll contains chlorophyll. Answer, true. Sixth question, anaerobic respiration produces more ATP than aerobic respiration. Answer, false. Correct statement is aerobic respiration produces more ATP than anaerobic respiration. Match the following. Amphicribal. Answer is fern. Cambium, secondary growth. Amphivasal, Dracaena. Xylem, conduction of water. Phloem, translocation of food. Answer in a sentence. What is collateral vascular bundle? Answer, collateral vascular bundle is a type of conjoined bundle in which xylem lies towards the center and phloem lies towards the periphery. Second question, where does the carbon that is used in photosynthesis come from? Answer, the carbon that is used in photosynthesis comes from carbon dioxide in the air. What is the common step in aerobic and anaerobic pathway? Answer, glycolysis is the common step in aerobic and anaerobic pathway. Fourth question, name the phenomenon by which carbohydrates are oxidized to release ethyl alcohol. Answer, fermentation or anaerobic respiration. Short answer questions. First one, give an account on vascular bundle of dicot stem. Answer, vascular bundles are conjoined, collateral, endarched and open. They are arranged in the form of a ring around the pith. Second question, write a short note on mesophyll. The tissue present between the upper and lower epidermis is called mesophyll. It is differentiated into palisade parenchyma and spongy parenchyma. Third question is the diagram of oxysomes. You have to draw the diagram and label the parts F1 and stalk. Fourth one, name the three basic tissue systems in flowering plants. Answer is dermal or epidermal tissue system, ground tissue system, vascular tissue system. Fifth question, what is photosynthesis and where in a cell does it occur? You know photosynthesis is production in the presence of light. So, answer is photosynthesis is a process by which autotrophic organisms like green plants, algae and chlorophyll containing bacteria utilize the energy from sunlight to synthesize their own food. Photosynthesis occurs in green parts of the plant such as leaves, stems and floral buds. Sixth question, what is respiratory quotient? Answer, respiratory quotient is the ratio of volume of carbon dioxide liberated and the volume of oxygen consumed during respiration. It is expressed as RQ equals volume of CO2 liberated by volume of O2 consumed. Seventh question, why should the light dependent reaction occur before the light independent reaction? First of all, let us see what is light dependent photosynthesis or Hill reaction or light reaction. This was discovered by Robin Hill in 1939. This reaction takes place in the presence of light energy in thylakoid membranes or grana of the chloroplast. Photosynthetic pigments absorb the light energy and convert it into chemical energy ATP and NADPH2. Light independent reactions or biosynthetic phase. The second steps, that is dark reaction or biosynthetic pathway, is carried out in the stroma. During this reaction, CO2 is reduced into carbohydrate with the help of light generated ATP and NADPH2. Thus, light dependent reaction occurs before the light independent reaction. Eighth question is, write the reaction for photosynthesis. Answer, 6 CO2 plus 12 H2O in the presence of light and chlorophyll gives C6H12O6 plus 6 H2O plus 6 O2. That is, carbon dioxide plus water gives glucose plus water plus oxygen. Long answer questions. First one, differentiate the following. A. Monocot root and dicot root. Number of xylem in dicot root is 4, so it is tetrarch. Monocot root polyarch, that means a number of xylem are there. Cambium is present in dicot root during secondary growth only. In monocot root, cambium is absent. Secondary growth is present in dicot root, absent in monocot root. Pith is absent in dicot root and present in monocot root. Aerobic and anaerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration is a type of cellular respiration in which organic food is completely oxidized with the help of oxygen. Here, glucose is converted into carbon dioxide, water and energy. Lot of energy is produced. It is a complex process. Anaerobic respiration takes place without oxygen. Glucose is converted to ethanol in plants or lactate in some bacteria. Less energy is produced. It is a simple process. Second question is, describe and name 3 stages of cellular respiration that aerobic organism use to obtain energy from glucose. You know they are glycolysis, Krebs cycle and electron transport chain. Let us see glycolysis. It is glucose splitting. It is the breakdown of one molecule of glucose, that is a 6-carbon compound, into 2 molecules of pyruvic acid, it is 3-carbon compound. Second point, glycolysis takes place in cytoplasm of the cell. It is the first step of both aerobic and anaerobic respiration. Krebs cycle. This cycle occurs in mitochondria matrix. At the end of glycolysis, 2 molecules of pyruvic acid enter into mitochondria. The oxidation of pyruvic acid into CO2 and water take place through this cycle. It is also called a tricarboxylic acid cycle or TCA cycle. Third point is electron transport chain. This is accomplished through a system of electron carrier complex called electron transport chain or ETC located on the inner membrane of the mitochondria. NADH2 and FADH2 molecules formed during glycolysis and Krebs cycle are oxidized to NAD+ and FAD+ to release the energy via electrons. The electrons, as they move through the system, release energy which is trapped by ADP to synthesize ATP. This is called oxidative phosphorylation. In this process, O2, the ultimate acceptor of electron, gets reduced to water. Third question, how does the light-dependent reaction differ from the light-independent reaction? What are the end product and reactants in each? Where does each reaction occur within the chloroplast? Light-dependent reaction. This reaction takes place in the presence of light energy. It takes place in the grana of the chloroplast. During light reaction, photosynthetic pigments absorb light energy and convert it into chemical energy, ATP and NADPH2. The inputs are water, solar energy and photosynthetic pigments. The end products are ATP and NADPH2. Light independent reaction. This reaction takes place in the absence of light energy. It takes place in the stroma of the chloroplast. During dark reaction, CO2 from the atmosphere is reduced into carbohydrates with the help of light generated ATP and NADPH2. The inputs are CO2 from the atmosphere and ATP and NADPH2 from light reaction. The end product is glucose. Higher order thinking skills or HODS. First question. The reactions of photosynthesis make up a biochemical pathway. A. What are the reactants and products of both light and dark reactions? Answer. Light reaction reactants are water, solar energy and chlorophyll. End products are oxygen, ATP, NADPH2. In dark reaction, reactants are CO2, ATP and NADPH2. End product is glucose. B. Explain how the biochemical pathway of photosynthesis recycle many of its own reactions and identify the recycled reactants. Answer. Photosynthetic pigments absorb the light energy and convert it into chemical energy ATP and NADPH2 during light reaction. They help in the reduction of CO2 to carbohydrates and during this process they are converted to ADP and NADP. They are sent back to the grana of chloroplast to form ATP and NADPH2. Similarly, the CO2 from the atmosphere is said to be fixed by a CO2 acceptor molecule. During successive reactions, the carbon of CO2 is used for formation of glucose and the original acceptor molecule is recycled so that it can help in CO2 fixation. Water is split during light reaction and oxygen is produced as a byproduct. At the same time, water is again released as a byproduct of dark reaction. Thus, many molecules such as ATP, NADPH2, water, CO2, acceptor molecules are recycled during the biochemical pathway of photosynthesis. Second question, where do the light dependent reaction and the Calvin cycle occur in the chloroplast? The light dependent reaction refers to the light reaction of photosynthesis or Hill reaction and occurs in the grana of chloroplast. The Calvin cycle occurs in the stroma of chloroplast. Thanks for watching my video. If you like this video, kindly subscribe my channel, My Teacher.